We are live. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. And this morning on the Huddle, I have a question for you. Are you struggling to be relevant as a content creator in 2023? You got all the views, you're getting all the subscribers, but you're struggling to be relevant. Well, I want to share 5 big mistakes that you're making that I know that I've made that's going to help you to be relevant on YouTube and content creation in 2023. And we're starting right. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, we welcome you to the show. And as we said this morning, we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why we as content creators, if we're not careful, we can make some big mistakes in being relevant on YouTube. I'm not talking about being relevant in numbers. Everybody is going after the numbers. We all go after the numbers. We all go after the views. But are we being relevant on YouTube and the platforms that we create content to add value to our viewers? Well, this morning, we're going to tackle that question. And so if you're joining me this morning in the chat of Team Live, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag Team Live. And if you're watching the replay of this, I want to thank you so much and give us a hashtag Team Replay in the comments section. Already, we see the chat is already fired up with some good people a part of Team Live. And so let's say good morning to the man all the way from London, Mr. Ash Boland. Already, he says, I'm ready and waiting to get ready and to get into some great content. And then we got everybody's favorite tech troublemaker in the house this morning. Good morning, sir. Glad to have you here. And then we got my man, Mr. Frank Jackson in the house. Say, sir, good morning, good morning, good morning. The chat is jumping. Oh, yes. Let me get Frank up. Did we got Frank? Yes, we got Frank. There he is. Good morning, sir. So glad that you are a part of the Huddle of Team Live this morning. And so, again, we're going to be getting into 5 reasons why content creators fail to be relevant. Big mistakes that we're making on YouTube. We're creating content, and so we need to be live. Let's get into the content this morning. Let's get over here to our section here. Pull up our thing. Boom. Reasons that creators are failing to be relevant. Tip number one, they don't have a niche audience. A target audience that you are passionate about, that you want to create content for. People who fail to be relevant on YouTube, unfortunately, can fall into the trap of wanting to create content for any and everybody, for their mama, for their daddy, for Larry Sue and Boo Boo, but unfortunately, it's reaching nobody. And if you're trying to reach and create content for everybody, you're not going to reach the most important, ideal avatar client that you want to make and reach. Because there's someone that needs to connect with you. There's someone who needs to hear from you because you have a story. But if you are busy trying to make content for the masses, then you're going to miss that one person all the way in Cambridge, England, that you can connect with. You're going to miss that one person that will connect with you in the chat and say, man, I am so glad that you made that video. Though you didn't see a lot of views on that video, though you didn't see quite a bit of subscribers, but you got that message, that DM and Instagram that said, man, I am so glad you made that video. I am so glad what you talked about in that live stream. And so when we fail to make content for a niche audience, we're going to fail to be relevant. Though we're getting views, though we're getting subscribers, though we're making shorts and making reels and live streams and online videos, but are we being relevant? Relevant in 2023. YouTube is more crowded more than ever now with people watching YouTube. YouTube Shorts is, and we got to give a shout out to the man all the way over in London, Ash Bolin. He called it. He called it when we first talked about a year and a half ago about how YouTube Shorts was going to take off. Now we see YouTube Shorts just taking off and just being oversaturated with everyone creating content on YouTube Shorts. And if we are not making content for a niche audience, we're going to make the mistake and not be relevant for that audience that wants to connect with you and me. Tip number two, it kind of ties in with the niche audience where we're making random content. We're not putting any thought into the content. We're not doing any content research about the content that we want to make and how it adds up with our goals and our values for the channel. We're just kind of making a little content over here, a little content over there. We're making a little content over in the left. We're making content over in the right. But we're not making intentional content that's in line with our core values and that's in line with our content pillars. Do you have content pillars for your YouTube channel in which you create content for? Because if you have content pillars, then you won't be making random content. But when you have content pillars, you're going to make intentional quality content that's going to be for a niche audience, that's going to be relevant for them. And that helps you to be an authority expert and relevant to your community. Content pillars like helping an individual to build confidence on camera. Content pillars that have a content strategy so that when you make YouTube Shorts, it's an introduction to your long form content. Content pillars that you are consistent in making a consistent piece of content or content of videos and live streams that have a consistent brand and message, and content pillars that's going to be relevant to an audience of people who want to be a part of your community that over time you convert into clients. Content pillars. But if you don't have content pillars and you're just making relevant content, random content, then you're making the mistake and you're not being relevant. And so this is, in 2023, we have to really say, hey, look, let's get things in line and pump out the content that's for a niche audience and that is quality and that's going to add value for that niche audience. Now you might say, Walter, but I got that itch. Well, I gotta create some content on some tech, and I gotta create some content on some cooking channels. I gotta do some vlogging. I gotta do a little podcasting. I gotta do a little productivity. I gotta do a little of this, a little of that. Well, hey, look, I'm not gonna stop you to start another YouTube channel. If you feel you can handle it, and manage it properly. And when I say handle it and manage it properly, where you're adding value, you're adding value to people. You're not just after people for numbers, but you see the subscriber as a person of value that you can connect with. And when they leave a comment in the section, your comment section, you can engage them. So if you want to make a second, a third channel, go right ahead. Go right ahead. And I thought about it this week, saying, okay, should I go ahead and maybe pivot and start a YouTube channel, a second YouTube channel? I've been at this for a while, and this channel is it's slow motion. But I said, you know what? What's more important, being relevant or having a bunch of numbers? What's more important, being relevant to people that you can connect with than having a ton of views? I choose to want to be relevant. When people think of me online, they don't think of just Walter Strong. They think about the Huddle. They say, that's the guy that brings people together. That's the guy who brings other YouTubers and content creators together and helps bring the best out of them. I'm talking about being relevant. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That at the end of the day, if I close my eyes for the final time, I'm okay with that. I am really okay with that, because I know I'm being relevant in someone's life. That's more important to me. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this live stream discussion on 5 reasons, 5 mistakes that we as content creators make on YouTube and not being relevant, do me a favor, hit that like button for me, click that thumbs up, share this live stream video this morning. Can you do that for me? Because it lets YouTube know that this is some relevant information that they should go ahead and pump out into suggested video and put on somebody's homepage. So if you can kindly do that for me, a part of Team Live in the chat, and if you're watching the replay, if you can do that for me, I would so greatly appreciate it. Let's just jump over the comments chat second, because it's jumping. Oh, we got some more people here. Great valued people here this morning. I want to say good morning to my dear sister, Florence Donald, in the house. Good morning, ma'am. Glad to have you here. Just having the Huddle community here. And Frank, we officially welcome you to the Huddle community, sir. You've been a trooper, dropping in every now and then. So we want to officially welcome you to the Huddle community. So, hey, anything we can do to help add value to you and help you broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, please let us know. Let's get back into the content here. So we talked about target audience. We talked about, random content. Tip number 3. Oh, that's tip number 2. And then tip number 3. There we go. Confusing titles. Well, you're making videos. You're creating thumbnails, which we'll get to next. But you're like, man, my stuff is hitting and missing. I get a good video that gets about 500 to 1,000 views, and then the next, it's like crickets. It's crickets, and people are not connecting with it. Well, maybe you need to go back and look at your titles. Are your titles compelling enough that get someone to say, hey, look, I need to check this out? Or is your titles confusing? Because if you are confusing individuals in the title, then it's going to help. It's going to cause the person to keep scrolling on their mobile phone. If your titles are confusing and there's no clarity in what you're trying to say, then they're just going to keep scrolling on their YouTube page. As I was putting this together, at first I was going to call this, the typical 5 mistakes that we as content creators make, or 5 mistakes that live streamers make, the typical YouTube titles that we see most YouTubers make. And I said, we've all make mistakes, and we're all trying to learn from them. But I said, I gotta go deeper on this topic. How can I go deeper? And I said, are we really being relevant? And if we're not being relevant, what's causing us to fail to be relevant? What's causing us to make mistakes in being relevant? And sometimes when you have a confusing title, then it's not going to be relevant. Or even a title that says episode 1 or episode 2, a title that says part 1 or part 2, maybe the person clicked on episode 35, but you started the series on episode 30, and now the viewer clicks on 35, and now they're confused. They don't really kind of get what your initial foundation was about. So you want to make sure that you're making a compelling and clear title that adds value, that gets you the click. Tip number 4, thumbnails. That ties right into thumbnails. If you have poor, or if I have poor quality thumbnails, then unfortunately it's not going to help me and you to be relevant. In my beginning stages of YouTube, when I was creating thumbnails, I didn't really know about CANVA and the graphic designing. So I would just kind of take pictures that I made from my phone. I would upload them, and I would kind of create thumbnails, but I didn't understand the importance of background removing. I'm being honest. I didn't understand the importance of background removing. And I would just throw that thumbnail onto the thumbnail, and the person would see the thumbnail, but then they would see all this other stuff in the background, and they go, well, what does that have to do with this? Why does he look like he's in his kitchen? Why does he look like he's in his bathroom? Why does he look like he's in the basement somewhere? Why does he look like he's outside in the park somewhere? But his thumbnail is the title of his thumbnail is completely different. Poor quality thumbnails. And that's going to help. That's going to cause me as a person not to be relevant in terms of getting clicks for the video. And so if you are making poor thumbnails, that's a mistake that's going to cause you not to be relevant. And we've all made one of these 4 mistakes. If the truth be told, let me put both hands. I've made all 4 mistakes, but we learn. Mistakes are opportunities for growth. Failure is not final, but it is the opportunity, the platform for success for tomorrow. And so if we're going to be relevant, and again, you may be a YouTuber who has over 1,000 subscribers. I applaud you. I'm on my way. I applaud you. You may be a person who has over 4,000 hours of watch time, who's monetized, and you got super chats, but you're struggling to be relevant. You're making one of these mistakes. You're failing in one of these 4 areas. And so I just want to kind of share with you, if you want to be relevant in 2023 as a content creator that adds value in someone's life, just one, because then that one person will tell another person. That other person will tell another person. And then your community will slowly begin to form. Your numbers will slowly start to creep up and to grow. Your views will start to grow, and the channel will start to grow. Why? Because you are relevant in someone's life. You're relevant. You don't have a bunch of, at the end of the day, okay, you get 10,000 subscribers, but can you find out what percentage of that 10,000 subscribers that you get that you are relevant in some people's lives? Is it 10%? Is it 5%? Or is it 1%? Do you know that percentage of people that you're being relevant out of those 10,000 subscribers? Because at the end of the day, if you just have 10,000 subscribers, but you're not being relevant, then you're making a mistake where you're not adding value to someone. Then the last tip, then we're going to jump over into the chat, is you're blaming others for the lack of success that you're not seeing on the channel. And if truth be told, if you would be so kind in the chat, has there been a time that you as a content creator in your journey has said, man, I'm not growing because so and so is not helping me do this, or this family member is not supporting me, or these coworkers are not, that I told about, well, these people I told, they're not supporting me. I gave them some support. I gave them a sub, and then they didn't give me a sub. Have you had to blame other syndrome at one point or another? If you have, say, yes, that's me, Walter. Yes, it's in the chat. Yes, that's me, Walter. That's me. Because I have, and at the end of the day, I realized that I can only be responsible for me. I can't be responsible for someone else. And whatever I do out of good intention to help benefit others, if they don't reciprocate it, that's okay. God will send someone else who will, be a blessing to me, and will get the right people in front of me that will watch the content. Individuals like Florence, individuals like Frank and Tech Troublemaker, Ash, and others. But if you are constantly blaming others, you know how another way we blame others? We're constantly comparing ourselves to someone else who's having success on their channel, but we're struggling on our channel, and we're saying, well, what are they doing? A form of blaming. It's comparison, but a form of blaming. And that will unfortunately keep me and you from being relevant in people's lives, because we're pointing the finger at someone else instead of pointing the finger at ourselves. And so, in summary, I just want to encourage you today to, have a niche audience, make random content, don't be making confusing titles, but having compelling titles that really speak to your audience, that speaks the language to your audience, not making poor quality thumbnails and blaming others. And if you can learn from your mistakes, and I know you will, if you're connected with me, and if we talk at some point, whether through phone or through text or through emails, if you're connected with me, I'm going to do my very best to help you so that you can be relevant in 2023. So that's the content. Let's just jump back over to the chat as we say good morning to some other individuals that have been joining us. And then we're going to grab a few comments, and we're going to go ahead and let you enjoy the rest of your day. I want to say good morning to our dear auntie, Denise Jordan, for being here in the huddle. Let's get this here. There's the lovely Denise. Auntie Denise is in the house. She says, hey, Walter. Okay, Walter in the chat. We're so glad you're here with us. Florence says, being relevant is powerful. It is powerful when a person can grab your ear for a few minutes away from the noise, away from the crowd, and really kind of communicate the feedback to you. That's gold. Yeah, you it may not be evident in the numbers right now, in the subscribers right now, or if you have the subscribers and if you have the views, but if you're not getting that type of feedback, then it how do you know if you're really being relevant? Florence also says, how do you do? Boom. I love it when we just encourage one another and in the chat. Just so important. Ashley, go over here to Ash right quick. Mr. Ash says, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Caught your replay, sir. Caught your replay yesterday. If you are an individual who is, into financial industry, institution, mortgage brokering, or just learning how to sell better, you want to check Ash other channel out on mortgage brokers every Friday morning at 8 a.m. I know Tech was over there as well this morning. Boom, boom. Definitely. Text says, let me make sure I get, I just really appreciate you guys just coming out, because this lets me know that, you coming out lets me know that, hey, I'm doing what it takes to be relevant. I'm being relevant so much to the point where when you see heavy hitters like this guy, Mr. Steve Worthy, retail leadership in the house. Good morning, sir. You know you're being relevant when you start to pull heavy hitters, when they rearrange their schedule on a Saturday morning to be about a part of the Huddle community and to check you out. You know you're being relevant. What's up, sir? Good morning. Good morning. Looking forward to the live stream panel that Florence is going to be having on March 10th. So mark your date, mark your calendars, Huddle community, at 6:30 p.m. this coming Friday for this live stream panel discussion, Eastern Standard Time. Steve is going to be a part of that panel, along with Joshua, and some other guy named Walter Strong is going to be there as well. So we're looking forward. Looking forward. Steve says, dude, I appreciate that. Thank you. When you connect with great individuals like yourself and others in the chat, it helps you to get your game and be relevant. So let's transition over to wins for the week. Let's transition to wins of the week. Put them in the chat for me. Let's get those wins of the week. Well, let me kick it off. This is the last Saturday for my Toshiba laptop doing a live stream on this laptop is what, 2010, and I have some great memories with this laptop. I've gotten into live streaming and creating content and learning how to use Canva with this laptop, and I'm officially retiring her today. This is her last live stream because I got my new HP laptop. Has about 12 gigabytes. Now, I'm not a tech person. I can't remember all the tech specs for you, but it is definitely a major upgrade. I am so excited for this new laptop, and yes, I will try to do a little unboxing and put it up. So I'm gonna do a little unboxing video to it and put it up for just on YouTube, and it'll just be raw. I ain't gonna throw no real serious editing to it, but I'm just gonna put it up and just enjoy the moment. And I'm looking to get my Elgato face cam by this week. And so we are slowly upgrading. And adding pieces to this new improved live stream battle station. I just had to do that. Wins of the week. Let me see here. What we got? Man, the chat is jumping. Wins of the week. Okay, boom. What do we got here? Your new computer. Yes, sir. Tech, I'm excited. I'm gonna be calling you, man, because I think I'm gonna need some help on switching the Stream Deck from the Toshiba over to the HP. So you're gonna be getting a call from me. And also, I'll have your testimony completed this weekend. So we'll get that for you as well. Steve says, boom, boom. Chat is jumping. Wins of the week. Looking for some wins of the week. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Wins of the week. We are jumping. Any thoughts, comments? As I'm looking for wins of the week, I see you, Florence. Which of these mistakes have you made? Has it been not having a niche audience? Have you been guilty of just making random content from the standpoint of not having any core values or content pillars? Let me know in the chat here. Win of the week here from my dear sister says March Madness, yes, is kicking off. Last night, she had a great individual that was on. I think his name was Robert, and he talked about remote live stream production, and in-person live streaming production events. Learned quite a bit. Was on my mobile phone, so definitely you want to check out the replay of that. That was definitely, and then this roundtable, it's got some heavy hitters. I hope I can be able to add value. That's amazing, dude. Yes, new computer, definitely. Because this computer has been giving me some signs. It's been talking to me. I sometimes when I'm going back and putting the chapters in, and that's another good point. When you put YouTube chapters in, when you kind of go through your entire video, you start to see things glitching and start to seeing the quality of the video not looking as good as it did in the past. And so, I don't want to have that Saturday morning when I'm turn the computer on and get ready for a show and the computer just doesn't turn on. Yes, I do have my phone and everything, but the computer was talking to me. It was telling me it's time. It's time. Steve says, win of the week. Found a better thumbnail person. Oh, we got to talk then, bro. We got to talk because we share here in the community. We share, man. So you that thumbnail person you got there, man. You let me know, and let's find out what his prices is, and we'll definitely. But no, that's huge. That's huge to be able to take your thumbnail game to the next level, because when you're busy trying to do so many things, it can be challenging. It can be challenging. So that's a major win for you, sir. You're making all these mistakes. Nah, Florence, you're learning. You're learning. You're learning. You're learning. I mean, when you kind of look at how long you started this in October, you don't even have a full year. And I'm kind of counting in terms of you being with the Huddle community. You don't even have a full year. So we got to mark her calendar down to her 1 year anniversary. I'm gonna have to go look at your channel, your first live stream that you did from the calendar, so we can celebrate your 1 year anniversary. I'm gonna have to probably order you a birthday cake from Maryland and have them deliver it to you or something. But I'll try to do my best. But no, you're learning. We're all learning. Like I said, I made especially the mistake with poor quality thumbnails. I didn't even understand the importance of background removing. And then when I started seeing CANVA and how you could remove the thumbnail, I had to spend all this time taking down old thumbnails and putting up new thumbnails because they were just poorly put together. And I wasn't getting any views on them whatsoever because the thumbnail was just so bad. And so, you learn. Auntie, I see you. Auntie, I'm coming to you right now. Boom. Auntie says, building. Her shorts library definitely is a major win for the week. And Auntie, I've been sharing your content with some individuals in at my job. So, let them know in terms of, about your great content that you're making, because I'm always hearing them talking about food and I'm always hearing them talking about cleaning the house and everything. So I'm trying to get them your way, Auntie. I'm trying to get them your way. So hopefully I'll stay on them, and then they'll pop in the chat one day and you'll see them. But definitely. But your shorts, oh man. And again, another milestone where you kind of see where the Huddle community just comes together and we just pull on one another's expertise. Want to give a shout out to Mr. Ash Bolin when we had that Huddle community powwow together. And he just went in depth about, his whole process of making YouTube shorts. And now to see Auntie Denise's YouTube shorts at the level that it is. I've learned so much from you. I want to thank Tech for just telling me about caption software, where now I just, I put my YouTube shorts, and after I record them, upload them to caption software, do my captions, boom, do that, download that, upload that to Canva, add my music, put my my mark to the bottom left of it, and boom, upload that YouTube, and it's rocking and rolling. And so that saved me. If I would have kept going the route of Fiverr, trying to, and I want to get back into repurposing content shorts from the live streams, but at the pace of where, if I'd have kept doing that for a while, I'd have been spending close to like $120 a month. And I was like, nah, I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going. And so when Tech told me about captions and showed me how easy it was to upload a short that you record, add your captions to it, download it, and then do, whether if it's Adobe or like for me, it's Canva. I upload it to Canva, and then I add my music to it and add a couple other stuff to it, upload it to YouTube. Now I'm only paying $60 for a year. So I had major savings for me on that. But it's about just pulling together as a community and sharing one another's resources that we can help one another take it to the next level in 2023. A couple other comments. Let's get there. Okay, cool. Auntie says, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Brother Rollins is in the house this morning. Good morning, sir. Appreciate you being here, a part of the huddle, and appreciate 100,000 subscriber man in the house this morning. Good morning, sir. And Brother Rollins, I know you're just joining us, but we just covered, 5 mistakes that we as content creators make that keep us from being relevant on YouTube and just in content creation. So when you get a chance, check out the replay. And those of you who have been watching the replay up to this point, give me a hashtag replay in the comments section. If you are new here within the chat and we didn't get a chance to acknowledge you, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I want to encourage you to subscribe and click the alert notification button so you will be alerted when we go live. We are committed to adding new value. We are committed to being relevant in making videos that are speaking to your needs as a person. And so if there are no other wins of the week, we're going to go ahead and put a stop right here on it. I want to thank again, Brother Rollins and Auntie and Mr. Steve Worthy in the house, and Florence and Frank and Ash and Tech, to my online listeners who are probably in the gym working out or at the barbershop cutting hair, and you're just listening to us and you can't engage in the chat. When you get a chance, get over to the replay and give us a hashtag team replay and some feedback and comments. We would truly appreciate it. And next Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the roundtable live stream discussion with Equipped Institute's very own Florence Donald, Power Planning and Productivity. So you want to check that out. And then next Saturday, we're going to kick off a series on CANVA. We're going to kick off a live stream series on Canva. So if you have any questions, bring your questions. And this first live stream series is going to be about making YouTube shorts in Canva. So I'm going to, now that I got this new computer, I can go back to doing some YouTube Canva graphics. So that way it doesn't affect the computer and it's, glitching and slowing. So mark your calendar, bring your questions regarding Canva. And we're going to get into it. And then after we do that, let's do a little live stream community takeover. So I'll make sure I send the link out to those who have been here this morning. And if those of you who are not familiar with the live stream community takeover, once we cover the content, we give you the opportunity to come on to the Huddle Live and kind of give us your feedback, your thoughts, your questions, and just chop it up with one another. So let's do that next Saturday. We're going to talk about YouTube Shorts being made in Canva, and then we're going to have us a live stream community takeover. Is that okay, everybody? Is that okay? with me, just write in the chat. If that's okay, give me an okay in the chat for me. Give me an okay in the chat. Give me an okay in the chat if you are down for some Canva and YouTube shorts and live stream community takeover. Oh, yes, there we go. Okay, we got one. We got one. Well, can I get another? Can I get another? Oh, that's two. That's two. Can we take it home with number 3? Boom, number 3. There we go. So we're looking forward to seeing you all Saturday at 11 a.m. for making YouTube shorts in Canva and a live stream community takeover. So we'll see you then. God bless you. And always remember, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose to prevail in your life. Make a quality decision today and let God's purpose prevail in your life. Hey, click that like button, share this live stream this morning, and subscribe. God bless.